This Pitch Breakfast video is brought to you by Spangler & Agins, attorneys for Charlotte's startup community.
Cool. Hey guys, I'm Jason Davis, the founder and CEO of Hoard. That's the cryptocurrency app you can bank on. We're building a decentralized multi-currency wallet, an intelligent fiat-based cryptocurrency exchange, and a second layer cross-chain payments protocol. I'm sure most of you are probably looking at me like I'm crazy and you don't know what I'm talking about. But stick with me, I'll try to get through this and together with you guys. So one of my problems was getting into crypto. I did years ago. It was really tough. I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm a developer and a designer, and I'm used to technology, and it was a tough experience trying to get my family and friends in it too, and I became their Bitcoin guru, and this was difficult. So I wanted to solve this problem. So the problem really, three main problems arise in consumer finance on blockchain with cryptocurrencies: accessibility, simplicity, and fungibility. It's difficult to get into the market. It's difficult to use the apps that are on these platforms. And it's difficult to spend cryptocurrency like it's actual currency. And we want to change all these things. So our solution is to create an end-to-end platform that removes the friction found in cryptocurrencies. We want to rethink everything, re-engineer consumer-facing applications, and deploy scalable blockchain protocols so that we can create great benefits like automated investing, that it's simplified trading, instant payments to peers or merchants without any fees, banks, or processors in between your transaction, so it's feeless, it's instant, hacker-proof storage, so there's no insolvency in cryptocurrency anymore, so if you heard horror stories about people getting hacked, that's a thing of the past. And so we feel like with what we're developing, we can solve these problems and make it really simple for people to get into cryptocurrency and to transact with cryptocurrency, to buy your coffee with Bitcoin instantly and not have to wait for these things. So our competition currently is broken into 4 segments: the cash markets, trading platforms, cryptocurrency wallets, and second layer protocols. Hoard's competitive edge takes an advantage of all 4 of these segments and puts them under one roof to make a simplified experience, baked in some simplified UX, which is my background. I'll get into that later. We're building consumer blockchain technology, but at enterprise scale. So we say cryptocurrency plus interoperability equals simplicity. And so while blockchains remove physical borders, they create digital borders. And so we're trying to remove that with cross-chain technology so that you can take one coin and turn it into another coin automatically, not have to go through the process it takes to convert Bitcoin to another coin and to use it as money. Our go-to-market strategy is pretty simple. Beyond just regular marketing, we're going to have the send engine, which is similar to how Venmo grew so big in their business model. You can send transactions outside of our platform to anyone. Our partnerships are with financial institutions and exchange cryptocurrency companies, primarily exchanges, and token allocation, which we're doing a public and private offering. Our business model is broken into 4 buckets: buying, trading, payments, and automated investing. Everything has a fee, and depending on how you transact in our platform, it can be absolutely fee-free, including merchants with POS systems and transacting there without paying anything. Our market opportunity is quite large right now. Cryptocurrency is 2% of the $30 trillion stock market, and as an asset class, it's got a long way to grow. Market usage, cryptocurrency is about 5% of its total global addressable market. And obviously, if you haven't been under a rock or listening to the news, you've seen the growth rate of Bitcoin has shot up in orders of magnitude over its previous 3 to 5 years when it's had traction. So our traction to date, once I met with our CTO, dropped the idea, we went online. With our idea, we got over 12 publications about us. We joined the IMV FinTech Accelerator with Bank Innovation and Fiserv. We've raised around $700,000 so far. We've turned down strategically 2.1. I'll get into that in a second. We've grew our team currently to 5 full-time, 5 advisors. We're securing bank and exchange partnerships. We have about 10,000 combined people ready to try our platform, and our MVP app is releasing in probably 2 to 3 weeks. Our current ask is a strategic round to fulfill that $1 million in our seed round. We have an $8 million valuation. It's a convertible note. We have a pro rata token allocation to go along with it. And we also have a private placement under a SAF model at 20% discount. I'm not going to go into that publicly here, but it's a securities offering, so you can talk to me afterwards. Our team, myself from Wells Fargo, I've been hanging and banging prototypes there for years for their application. I no longer work there. I live off Bitcoin full time and do this. Dan is our engineer and AI wrangler. He's working for the Department of Defense. Eric and Zach are our platform developers. Brian, Chief Business Officer. Our notable advisors are Kyle, he's the CEO of ReadWrite. Chris Mattern, who was the head of engineering for Venmo, as well as the CPO for Button. Aaron has been doing compliance, OFAC, anti-fraud, anti-money laundering for a wide array of institutions for 15 years. Ryan Williams, our lead counsel, is close to 100 million in ICOs across 3 continents. And then Ian was recently donned one of the top 50 CMOs by Forbes. So that's our team. I have some things to show you guys, like automated investing. What is it? So it's rule-based. It's not technically AI, it's automation, but we have pre-made rules or you set the rules. So every time I purchase coffee or match and invest into A, B, or C coin or Coinbasket with this bank account, it does it automatically for you. Then you can automatically rebalance your portfolio with simply just moving, and it does it all automatically for you. Simplified trading usually takes an education to trade. In any market, ours is simple. It's so grandma can trade, just tap a button and move. And then instant payments, like I said before. I can convert Litecoin into NEO or OMG or any of these cryptocurrencies at the time of transaction, including fiat currency without Visa, MasterCard, a bank, or card processors. So I just want to say thank you for the time and letting me be here. I think I turned this off.
Thanks, Jason.
There you go.
I didn't know a lot of what you were talking about.
Of course.
But I think that you do. You're a very credible speaker, so thanks for sharing your background on it as well. Do you have any customers at this point, any revenue to speak of, any traction?
0.
Okay. This isn't your first rodeo as a startup,
no.
Right? You've done several startups before. Can you talk a little bit about what maybe you've learned from your previous companies that you're applying to this one and why you're going to be successful with this?
It's performance over perfection. Just get it done. If you sit there in the corner dribbling over your design, your technology, things like this, so worried that you freeze up and clam up. And I think most startups feel that pressure, and that clams them up. So you can't be afraid. You go up and talk to everybody and act like you're dying by the sword, and you're willing to help people, reach a hand out to anybody, and just keep going. And so that's been my experience in the past. It's brought me to this success. And that's our motto in our company today. And all our team calls at nights or mornings is always performance over perfection. Just get it done, break things, let's move, let's learn, let's keep going, because we've got a huge competitive market up against us. Banks are against us, but we're with banks. It's kind of a strange relationship right now where we're walking into banks saying, we want to unbank the customers, but with your bank. But we want to give you this technology so that your customers can get into cryptocurrency and transact in this economy, and it's difficult. So, but you walk right up to banks and tell them this, and you just be honest and transparent, and just not be afraid to fail.
One follow-up question, I'll hand it over to Rob, is are your investors pressuring you to get revenue now, or are they content with you just building the platform?
They're happy to sit back and watch us go.
So Jason, I'm a little clueless like Alan, but could I summarize this as Venmo for crypto?
Venmo for crypto, Acorns for crypto, yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, got it. The competition slide scared me. You had a lot of competitors on there.
Like 30% of them.
Yeah.
Probably 20%.
So differentiate yourself. Tell me how you're different, how you do it better than.
Where's that thing the clicker at?
Right there. But you had 4 quadrants. I wasn't sure what quadrant you were sitting in, and I didn't understand exactly how you were better than all of those competitors.
These all focus on one component of cryptocurrency. We focus on all of them.
Okay.
So if you think of bank app, it's like these guys akin to a bank, but they don't offer checking or checks. Or this guy offering checks, but they don't offer savings accounts. Or this guy offering no loans or credit, but they offer checking. So we're like saying, hey, this makes sense if I'm going to put my money in one place. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to transact in one place, and I have to keep moving across blockchains and applications. And our technology is not just for consumers, it's for governments, it's for banks, it's for exchanges. I would love to go into the blockchain technology, but I knew everyone would be like, you are crazy. But kind of what we do is make instant, trustless, and dustless transactions possible on the blockchain, which is kind of unheard of now. So our real competition is two, Lightning Network and the Raid Network. And so we're competing against those two on the blockchain space for taking transactions, instant, global, dustless, trustless, and with crypto, and including fiat.
So Jason, I want to start out by saying I know you were cramming a lot, and it's hard to get it all into 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
From a pacing point of view, we were I think all drinking from the fire hose. So I would probably try to figure out, and I know it takes a long time to do this, to say a little bit less, right? In some ways, you might have said more by saying less.
Yeah.
So, but I appreciated all the bullet points. I like the way it was laid out. I want to come back to your comment there about cryptocurrency. Right, for a lot of us, I'm a reforming economist, reforming banker, so I know a little bit about blockchain and Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. It freaks us out a little bit, especially with the volatility in that market. So I personally would have liked to have seen more of not only can you do those pieces, right, but really is more of a focus on blockchain. Because I think if banks are really your target, they're going to be, there are a lot of very interesting uses for blockchain that banks are very interested in, right? Enabling their customers to trade in digital currencies, a little bit higher hurdle at the moment. I think it'll get better, but you probably have a better target there talking to banks about how they can deploy blockchain technology.
Slides right now, all for different audiences.
Right.
This one I just did just for this time. This is a one-use only deck. I did it for trying to meet you guys where you're at.
Yeah,
I completely agree. Like the blockchain,
absolutely.
you usually go in a room with, and most people don't know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Never heard of blockchain. And so I get into how these things work, and I lose them. So I'm trying to reach the consumer in some regard. Now I have one that's app screens of all our UI that's already baked out.
Right.
And you're completely right. Like the fire hose I just spit out.
Right.
I would rather just scrap the slide and talk 5 minutes about my pain points. And how it helps people.
Right.
And I usually that's my pitch to everyone. That's my elevator is hey, this is what happened to me. This is why this is going to help you. And everyone's like, I'm sold. Shut up, take my money. I want your app now.
So there's this Nobel Prize winning economist from University of Chicago you should get familiar with. It's named as Coase theorem. And basically what blockchain addresses, it's getting transactions that cost down to improve markets, right? Which I think is what you're about.
Yeah, our goal ultimately, I get asked by VCs all the time, like, what's your number one goal? It's bridge 100 million globally from fiat to cryptocurrency.
Right.
I'm not trying to eliminate that. Like the dollar bill is not going away. But I want to bridge 100 million into this world globally, and through blockchain and some really clever application technology and design, we can get it done.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah, do we have one question from the audience? Yeah.
Just as a point of feedback and one question, somebody who explains blockchain, people have no idea all the time. I would agree with some of the sentiments there. Start with that analogy of like Venmo and Acorns for crypto, and then go to your pain points. And that can literally be 60 seconds. You'll frame everybody. I love how you're also.
That's how I had to break it down to understand it.
Keep doing that. I guess the question I had was, so you seem to do a lot, and you've got a platform with a lot of angles. What, as you look to the future, where you do have the traction in that kind of growth impact moment, what do you view as the major one or two catalysts of routes that could be that spark that takes you to that next level?
It's a really great question. I have no idea. We're going to build it all and see what happens. We know that people want one piece or another.
He's not very honest.
We're building like a trifecta in kind of our technology and what we see as the triangle that's going to bring people in. But again, like we're going to test it and see what happens.
But does that mean you're executing in like 5 routes simultaneously?
No. So in order to do the Venmo for crypto, we have to have the blockchain technology. In order to do the Acorns for crypto, we have to have an exchange and access to crypto. In order to do the transaction, we have to have liquidity. And these things are all connected. So as long as you make the triangle connect, we can do a myriad of things. But we want to focus on what helps consumers most, what helps institutions or organizations most.